that is school year 2026, 2027.
27.
So that will be the full rollout.
Yes, sir. We hope to fully roll out by the following school year.
The following
Yes, sir.
school year. So meaning all senior high school schools will be implementing the new strengthened
Yes, sir.
curriculum. Okay. So that's, and how many of these 727 are considered rural or in municipalities? There's no hard and fast definition of urban and rural. No? So
Yes, sir.
let's just say how many of those are in municipalities. No, we'll use that as a proxy for rural settings. No.
We'll check on the kung saan yung location, sir, nung na-identify natin na rural. But so far, based on the presentation, we just have identified ayan. Yeah, 20 schools ang rural and 707, Mr. Chair, yung ating urban. So we'll try to provide a more detailed dissection of the 20 schools kung municipalities po ito.
Kasi the point I'm trying to this is the point I want to emphasize. Based on our conversations with principals and frontliners, the problems of rural areas and the problems of urban areas are wildly different.
Yes,
no? Especially in terms of specialization and materials. No? So meaning, later on we'll discuss about the electives and those subjects. So meaning, if we will be coming out with electives and also different courses for Tech Pro, the principals will be mandated to look for specialists to teach those electives and Tech Pro. In urban setting, maybe it's easier. Maybe it's a challenge, but it's easier because you have abundance of talent in the area. But in rural setting, it's really different. So I wanted to put a lot of emphasis on the implementation in the rural areas. But based on your pilot, there are only 20 out of the 727. That might not be a good representation of the pilot implementation. Meaning, sana man lang 50-50, no? 50 rural, 50. I know that part of your rubrics is readiness, diba? But I think we should also consider the rural schools because the readiness of those schools is really a challenge. They might not be ready for the rest of for a very long time. In my conversation with some of the principals in rural schools, until now, they're having problems. Alam mo naman yan, Willie, they're having problems in the current senior high school curriculum. No? Because it's very difficult to get specialists. It's very difficult to buy equipment. It's very difficult to collaborate with industry. Some of them do not have industries at all. No? Kasi farming sila or fisheries. No? So the suggestion I want to make is let's include more rural schools so that we will have, kasi the end goal of the pilot is to learn, diba? To learn what's wrong or to learn what's right, no? And to learn and to correct what's wrongs. So in that case, richer, if we get more rural school, we'll have richer data on how to implement or how to correct what's wrongs. No, and how to address the problems encountered by the rural schools. No, I'm more concerned with the rural schools because based on my conversations, the challenge really is much heavier. No, nasa bundok sila, iba nasa isla. So the principals there really encounter a lot of problems. They want to fulfill the curriculum, but practically it's almost impossible, no, because of their geographic location. So my first suggestion is to include more rural schools so that we'll learn more from them and we can assist them later on what to do. No? Yeah. Yes, Father Inocencio.
I think you raised a very important point, no? And that's why I wanted to see First of all, since you are presenting a pilot study is a research. At the graduate school, whenever a student presents a research, first, he gives the title of the research. What exactly are you going to do with the pilot study? And that has to be defended. And then you are asked, what is the framework that you use in order to make the study? So that we have reference point by which we can refer our data that you might be gathering in that. Second is the sampling methodology. There are different kinds of methodology of doing the sampling. The random sampling, stratified sampling, purposive, all this one you learn. No? Exactly, I wanted to see those questions. What is the title of your study? And then what is the framework that you use in making the study? And what is the sampling methodology that you're going to use? I think this is a very basic in terms of research, no? And then how do you gather the data? What are the statistical tools that you're going to use in order to analyze the data? And then how do you interpret the data? And these are the things that I was wanting to hear from the presentation of a pilot study. I am not very clear now. How do I refer now all the things that you have planned in order to, and then if that is the case, I don't know. Maybe you have already a goal set in mind that you need the data to answer this. What are those things that you need to answer? So I think this is the process of a usual basic research. And I don't know if they can do that kind of presentation now. What is your title of the research? What do you want to correlate? What do you want to answer? What are the questions you need to answer? So I think I'm expecting that in the presentation of the study.
Yusek Gina, you might want to respond, or any from the DepEd wants to respond?
Mr. Chair, may I respond on behalf
Go
of?
ahead, go ahead.
Okay. So, Father, we duly take note of those questions. Again, as mentioned in our introduction, we are doing this with PIDS. And right now, it's not part of our presentation, Father, but we will be more than willing to submit to the committee the abstract of the study as we coordinate with PIDS and together with our own strategic management strand.
I usually hear this kind of remark after having given some kind of observation. We will look into it. We will study it. We will keep you informed of it. Okay? Many times. But then afterwards, we see the paper as finalized. Okay? So I think I have not lacked the opportunity to be able to reach out. I met several of you in several occasions. We had several discussions. And then also our groups, the SEAP, the COCOPEA, discussed all this issue at length. And we have come up with some of the observation forwarded to the office for consideration. The last time I met, was that I said, I needed a framework by which I can refer to the output that you are now telling us to examine, which is already a complete output of curriculum to be implemented. But we did not know how to dissect that element in the framework and try to see how does it fit with the framework that you are now trying to engage us. What is this framework of the new senior high school curriculum? And then you begin changing some kind of concepts, Tech Pro. I don't understand Tech Pro. But I know career. Students are prepared for career after basic education. Either they go for a career where they examine more the science of it and explore the expansion of knowledge. That is the professional. And then when you have the science of it translated into practical living, that is technology technical. So I said, career can be